radio.
Just waiting for Facebook to connect. All right. And it apparently, frighteningly, looks like we started on time. Or not on time. We're still late, but early. It looks like everything connected.
That means everything's going to go wrong.
Yeah. So you were saying before we started that you were going to buy yourself a new pipe, but you didn't. And I said,
You know how it is, man. It's because, first of all, you're an enabler, and second of all, you're a good person. And but it's late at night, and you're doing your thing. You're surfing the internet, you're watching TV a little bit. Maybe you got a beer going on, and and for me, I eventually start looking at either hats, boats, or pipes. And last night I saw a post by Amu from over at Arlington Pipe Store, and she posted this beautiful pipe, which made me start looking at pipes. And I found this thing by Savinelli called a Honey Burl, and man,
yeah,
it's not that expensive. It's not even $150, but I shouldn't do it. But God, is it gorgeous. And it's finished on the inside with some kind of honey finish on the inside. I don't know why, but Savinelli's are good pipes. So I don't know. I was going to do it, but I didn't do it.
I just got, somebody gave me about 4 or 5 pipes.
What?
Yeah.
2 of those are mine.
You can have them. My sister has a friend who is kind of like one of these people who collects stuff. I don't mean that he's a collector. I mean that somebody dies, the family gives him some of the stuff. Somebody moves away, well, I'll give it to Jeff, and he can find a home for it. He's one of these, one of those kind of people that just sort of is a magnet for all the stuff that people don't want. He could have a yard sale every week and probably make $1 million. And so I was out with him somewhere and I was smoking a pipe and he's like, "Oh, I got some pipes somebody just gave me. I don't smoke them, if you want them." So there's like I think he gave me 5 pipes. One of them is a corncob pipe, but it's a really nice corncob pipe. I actually didn't know that there were. I just lost Bull. What did we do? We just lost Bull, and it figures that something would happen like this. But all right, so he's. I'm sure he'll come back in a second. But the pipes he gave me, I didn't know I had no idea that there was a good corncob pipe. I thought they were all the cheap stuff that you get at the pipe store. But there's some really nice corncob pipes apparently, and I got one of them. And then there's one that's real small, so it's perfect for in the car because you just fill it up a little bit and smoke. And then one that's just a really nice pipe. So the other 2 were out. I don't know where Bull went. He was here a second ago. He just dropped off the Zoom meeting, and I'm waiting to see if he sends a message. But right now, I'm waiting. So this is just me and talking about nothing, and I don't know what to talk about because usually me and Bull bounce ideas off of each other. But he is not here. There he goes. All right. There he goes back in. So I actually kept it going. I vamped a little bit. I didn't do anything, because I figured that he just did something stupid to his computer and he would be back. And now he's not even turning on the video yet. So we'll see.
Are we on or?
Yeah, we're going. I kept it going because I figured you'd jump back in, but your video's not on. So
We're on.
We are on. All right, so now he can't hear. See, right before the show, by the way, as usual, Bull switched his internet to what he thought was the better internet. And like every week, it's shitty internet, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is. These guys got millions of dollars over there, and he can't put together a Wi-Fi system that would save his life. There he is. Yeah, we can see that. Yeah, it froze that way.
Yeah.
The Bull's back.
Well, what can I tell you, man? My there's so many people using my Wi-Fi at home right
Well,
now.
do you know the password to your Wi-Fi? If you sign on your computer, you can, assuming you know the password, you can sign on and you can see how many people are using your internet. You should check it every
I know
once
how
in a
many
while
people are using
because some of your neighbors might
all
be
of them.
using it, and there might be a lot of devices in your house that are not being used, or you can also just decide that you want people to get off the damn Wi-Fi when you want to do it, and just knock them off. And if they don't know the password, then they'll have to come back to you and ask to get back on. You can say, "Hold on a second, we're doing the podcast. I'll let you back in a minute." That's the way
This
it works.
tech moment brought to you by Dave's Technical Services. If you got a problem, call Dave.
This is How to Be a Father, signed Dave.
That's right.
So
I think I'm finally learning how now that my kids are grown and they can move out and stuff.
we,
You know what I have not asked you this entire time?
what's that? Why is this?
How's the boy doing?
Boy's doing good. We had dinner the other night. The problem is that we had my daughter moved out last week, and so I sort of organized a dinner by her house so that my son could go see her apartment because he was working, so he didn't help her move. So I told her, I said, we'll take you out to dinner. We'll go out to Moretti's, I think we did. So we saw her apartment, which, by the way, was amazingly clean for two 20-something girls, which really pissed me off. Have you... What?
You gotta,
What?
you got to back up.
Okay.
I missed the whole beginning of that. I don't even know who we're talking about.
All right, so my daughter moved out. My daughter got an apartment.
Oh.
And my son had to work the day she moved, so he hadn't seen her apartment. So I said, well, we'll have a family dinner on Sunday. We'll pick up my son. We'll go out. We'll see her apartment, and we'll go out to dinner somewhere around her apartment. So, like I was saying, they lived there for 10 days. And we picked her up, and we showed my son her apartment, and the apartment was amazingly clean. Her apartment was amazing.
It doesn't matter. I put up...
You should get like a little one of those on-air lights.
Yeah.
All right, but wait. Let me get back to this because this is serious. Now your kids have moved out occasionally and then moved back in or whatever. Have you gone to your like daughter's house and found it to be really clean and organized and neat, decorated nicely? Sorry.
No.
Yes, I did.
No, I have not.
Well, it really pissed me off when I went to my daughter's house. It's always awkward.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a
Like,
minute.
why weren't you this way at home?
Yeah, you're 20 years old. You've never had a room this clean, let alone the entire place. So we went there. So we went out to Moretti's. Now, the thing about my son got promoted. He's now a sous chef in the bread department starting tomorrow. So, yeah, so he got promoted. So he's happy about that. But he's not happy about the fact. I mean, he's as much about this COVID thing as you are. He's worried as much as you are because, and I mean, I can't fault him. If he gets sick or his girlfriend gets sick, they're both off work for a month, because they're going to have to quarantine. They might even shut down their bakery. Who knows? So they're very, very adamant about staying away from people and masks and stuff like that.
Yeah, as they should be.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I am always amused by some of the things like when we talk about masks. I'm all for people should wear masks when they're near each other, but the people that wear the mask alone in their own car, that's a little much. I'm like, all right, you're an idiot.
That might be a little much. I think I've seen some people like that, and I thought to myself, all right, you're taking it too far. But then the other day, I went out and I and I went in someplace and I put the mask on. I went into Jewel. Put the mask on, came out, did my hand sanitizer and everything, and then just started the car and drove away. And I was driving along before I realized I still had my mask on.
Yeah.
So I think for a lot of people,
my wife said the same thing.
You know?
My wife said the same thing, that she does that a lot where she just forgets it's on. And I guess intellectually I understand that. I cannot imagine it because I hate that fucking mask. And it I can always tell when it's on. It bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah.
It's like a fly on my face. So
it's like Alien.
Yeah.
Try working out in one, man. I went to the gym the other day. Last Friday, I went to the gym,
We should have theme
and
music for this. Every week we should have theme music for your workout stories. But go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, we should.
You should put together a little theme music. Okay, workout with Chris. And now he froze again. Although that is a very good picture. If you can, we should clip that. It looks like you're giving an interview on CNN right there. So, we're gonna come up with some kind of theme music because every week Bo tells a story about how he works out at Swedish Covenant because he by himself in a gym with a workout guy who just comes up with crazy ass exercises just to see if he can do it. And we lost Bo again. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do. So now he's just gonna have to sign. There he is. All right. So
So listen.
Uh-huh.
In my defense, they're putting new internet in the neighborhood. So,
which one? The AT&T 1000 fiber crap?
yeah.
Then we're coming over and doing it at your house.
Can't wait.
But all right. So go ahead. So you started to work out. Cue the theme music. You were telling a story.
Yeah. Da-da-da, da-da-da. I just look, man. I'm in terrible shape. All right, and it's not just that I'm fat. Like I'm not fit.
As he picks up a beer.
Yeah. So the workouts that I'm doing are I'm doing good. I've lost 16 pounds since I started this stuff, so I'm pretty proud of myself. But when I work out, I get winded really fast, and I wear an N95 mask, and so that makes it like at some point I feel like I can't breathe, and I have to walk away. I walk off into the weight section because nobody's in there, and I just take it off, and I'm like, and then I come back and I keep going. But Friday was the first time I've worked out since I started this thing when I didn't stop halfway through and say I gotta take a minute.
There you go.
I worked completely through my workout on Friday.
Well, that's good.
It's hard, man. The exercises that I'm doing are they're meant to put your frame together, right? Like I'm not building muscle or anything. I'm like reconnecting your basic human frame, just the basic muscles. And so it's this weird combination of yoga and functional fitness and CrossFit and natural movement, or what's called animal movement. And so I so visualize this. All right, I'm down on all fours, and I'm walking across the gym floor, and he says drop your butt down so you're all the way to the floor. So I'm like a hurt dog, and I'm moving one arm and one foot, and then the other arm and another foot like a turtle trying to go across the thing. And I got to tell you, that is one of the hardest exercises I've ever done in my life. I got to the end. He goes, "That's good," and I just fell down on the floor and I just laid there.
All the personal trainers are standing behind the one-way mirror, going, "I can't believe you got him to do it."
Yeah. They don't use a mirror. They just stand there in front of me. They have no shame. They're like, "Oh my God, you are really fat. How do you do it?"
Wow.
Yeah, all the exercises hurt. All of them. They just hurt. They hurt so much. And then I come home and I've got shit to do, and I come home and I'm out. I'm out. I come home and I take a nap and I'm done. I can't even push through it.
Does your wife then have chores for you to do when you know you're really hurting bad? You need to take a nap. Your wife said, "Well, wait, before you do that, go clean out the entire yard. Go clean up
the garage."
Yeah.
We just got a storage unit because we're having our basement redone. We got to move everything out somewhere. And
I thought everything in your basement was ruined. So you're gonna get a storage unit to take all the ruined shit to put it away. And
no, all the ruined stuff is gone. There was stuff that survived, and so that's got to go out. And then a bunch of stuff went up to one of our spare bedrooms, which already had a bunch of crap in it. So, and we're like, enough of this crap. Let's just get it all moved out. And then it looks like, despite my COVID fears and everything, we may be helping out a relative who is in dire straits. So we may be letting somebody come in and use one of our spare rooms, even though they're going to be coming to us from Florida. Wow. So I'm like, you have to like walk through a gate of fire before you go in our house, right?
And drink some bleach.
They just got tested. And roll around in it too.
I think you should get tested more than once, by the way, because remember, they don't show up. You should tell him he's got to stay in the bedroom for 2 or 3 days and then got to go get tested. And then once you get the results back from that test, once he's been there for 4 days with negative tests, then he's okay to integrate into society. That's what we have to do at work. If you go to Tennessee or wherever these states are, I didn't look at the whole list. Tennessee was the only one that affected me. And so if you go to one of these states on our list, then you have to quarantine yourself for 5 days minimum. If you get a test after 5 days and the test comes back negative, then you can come back to work. Otherwise, you got to quarantine for 14 days. And if you don't, technically this is for everybody in the city of Chicago, but they obviously can't. Like if you decided not to quarantine yourself when you came back from Tennessee, they wouldn't know. But somebody like me, there's an actual fine. This could be like $7,000 or something like that if you don't do it.
Holy crap!
Yeah. Again, there's no way to enforce it unless you actually work for the city and they know where you go.
I'm screwed again. Yeah, I got my first funny look the other day for not wearing a mask because I was just like, I needed to walk the dog. I walk a mile every day. And so I'm hopping out there and I go out and one of my neighbors goes, hey, like that, right? Like she does a little head tilt. She's like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, fine. I'm like, oh, crap.
Well,
and then she goes,
they specify actually in the guidelines from the city and the state that you do not have to wear a mask when you're walking your dog by yourself. You know that, right? I mean, anybody who's telling you,
I didn't read the guidelines. I don't care about the guidelines. Here's my guideline. I act as if I have the virus.
Well, listen, hey,
I behave.
I have no problem with that, and I have no problem with anybody wearing a mask. Other than I'll make fun of you if you wear it in your car by yourself, but I have no problem with anybody wearing a mask and acting like you said, like they have the disease. My problem is when you inflict those beliefs on other people who are following the guidelines properly, and then give them crap about it. So if some lady coming up to you when you're walking your dog and making you feel bad for not wearing a mask, that pisses me off. Because you don't have.
Oh, she didn't exactly come up to me. She was relatively cool, but so that first time she said hi, right? She may have just been saying hi, although it was kind of like the hi.
Yeah.
Now I'm a 300-pound, fat guy who's really short, so I look like a bowling ball of feet. And I was dressed like this, I look like I'd escaped. I look like if you saw me, you go, oh crap, who let him out? Right.
Yeah.
So I can understand her point of view a little bit. But when I came back by her house, she was sitting on, I guess her getting some work done. She's sitting on a pile of lumber talking on the phone and her back was to the sidewalk. And I heard her go, yeah, this is the fourth person without a mask. And I'm like, oh, that was me. And crap.
Yeah. See, so that kind of ticks me off. If you're out walking by yourself, you don't have to wear a mask. But
you know what? I was glad because I think I should be wearing a mask.
Well, but I think these
didn't say anything to me.
I think these mask shaming people are really annoying and